psychologists sometimes scoff at this idea of objectivity because they see themselves as advocating for their client. And they define the idea or the notion or the concept of client largely on the basis of what? Who pays for it? I think that's a very false question. And if I could influence any of you around this, it would make my day. That you no longer look at the idea of who is the client, because it's a false question that leads to a trap. There is no one client. The question is, what obligations do I owe to the various parties in this service? Who are the parties and what obligations, ethical, legal, moral, do I owe them? The idea of who is the client somehow suggests that that's the one that I have a duty to, and the others I don't. Fisher wrote this great article in 2009 on just that question and said psychologists have ethical obligations toward every party in a case, no matter how many or how named. I couldn't agree more. Jerry Kuchar, many of you know him, wrote in 2007, both the entity requesting the service and the person undergoing evaluation hold a kind of client status in each case. Tony Stone wrote in 2000 in his book on fitness for duty evaluations, the employee also has standing as a client. And we've talked about the various cases in which the courts have defined the examinee, Pettis v. Cole, McGreal versus Ostrov, as a patient. So I think it is it leads you down the wrong path to ask the question of who is the client and to think that your obligations are directed simply to the person that you've associated with that label.
What about an applicant?
I think the same thing is true with an applicant. I have
They're sitting in your
ethical,
office, they're the client.
I have, no. The question is, the person sitting in my office is the client. No, I think the question of who is the client is wrong-headed.
I got it.
The question I ask is what ethical, moral, legal obligations do I have to that person in my office that I'm examining? What ethical, moral, legal obligations do I owe to the employer who has retained my services? What ethical, moral, legal obligations do I have to the public, to my administrative assistant, and to other parties that are involved in this?